Hi. Brandon,
what did you do? Did you not turn the audio on? Is that what happened?
no.
Oh boy. Okay, I was just saying I was gonna go fix our lighting.
Well, so normally when I click on the thing, the sound just happens. And this time it was like, but do you really want it? I was like, yeah, I do. They got mad at me. All the way. There we go. Oh yeah, that's that shine. It's a shine I like. It's so warm here. No, but I'd actually, without that, we can actually see ourselves, which is good.
Okay.
Shine's gonna be there because this is what our studio is.
It's very warm in here, so it's either you don't see us at all or you see far too much of us.
Anna.
They're always in our head too. I think that's just my voice, though. I don't know.
I hope I'm not in there because both of our voices, when they're inside our head, are mean. So if I'm in there, I don't.
Yeah, no. Brandon is mean. So yes, as I was saying when we didn't have sound, this will be our last show in this studio. So next week you will see us in a new location because we will be finally moved in fully with in our new house.
La la. Yeah, someplace we own. Hi, Joy. She's having fun.
Yeah, Joy's gonna be our lighting tech for today, and by lighting tech I mean she's going to push her face under the shade, so it'll be fine.
Wow.
Yes, I know. My voice is like 95% back, and I'm still coughing a bit, but I am back, and I can actually be social with folks this week. So,
that's a really good idea.
We might actually.
I kind of want to try it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Maybe.
We need like just a wee little table.
Yes.
Actually, like several tables because like camera and then microphones.
The camera has a table. It's called a tripod.
Snap. You got me.
Yeah, I did.
I died.
Anyway, as I was saying, I'm happy to be back, and I can talk to people this week, which is very cool. Hi, Joy. Yeah, with the studio audience. We can definitely have the cats there. Oh, that would be bad. If we have Joy outside, she will just be screaming and rolling in the dirt because that's what she does when she's outside. And you can't tell if she likes it or not.
She doesn't run. She just like finds a dirt patch and is like, I'm going to coat myself in this. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Hey, Robin. Thanks for popping in. I know you've said to me for the last little bit that said that you missed the live show. We really do appreciate whenever you check it out, honestly. But yeah, fancy new digs. Yeah, very excited. As Danica said, we're gonna own the place.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't keep talking because you keep interrupting me and I keep losing my train of thought. So.
I'm sorry.
He got used to me not talking and he's taking advantage now.
That's exactly what this is.
Take my husband, please. Classic comedy. I'm very funny and edgy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It is very exciting. We are very excited. There's a local, so around the community is there's a little strip mall before when you're exiting, and so there's like a gas station, a 7-Eleven, there's daycare and a pharmacy, and there's also this little like restaurant bar, and so it's going to be like our local watering hole, which is so cool.
They do karaoke every Saturday.
I know, and I know we're still in a pandemic, but karaoke sounds amazing.
Depending on the Saturday, we might just stumble over because it's a block and a half away.
Yeah, and they have good cocktails, and they're very nice. They're very nice.
Super nice people. So yeah, could karaoke a bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, and really good food. Very nice, unassuming play. Yeah, that could be trouble. Oh, it will be. It will be.
Yeah,
Especially since I don't have to work Sundays. So this bitch is gonna sleep in.
I will say it's not sort of like fancy gourmand food.
Oh, it's nice, comfortable pub food.
Exactly. It is a pub. It is exactly what you want it to be.
Mhm.
It's a weird little logo with regulars that has like some beers and some drinks and, you know, your fries, your wings, your whatevers. And, you know, that's what you want. That's what you do. Sometimes when I'm on the internet, I get a little uppity about people like, oh, this was not good. I'm like, you went to a pub.
Yeah.
Or
It's
you
nice
went
to
to a
know
diner,
what to expect. You
Yeah.
know, it's comfortable.
Yeah. And like there's certain things that you expect from certain places. And like I don't care what type of reviewer you are or whatever. You go to a diner, is it good diner food? Chill. It's not like friggin' gourmand food for like relatively cheap dollars. Oh no.
Besides, you can make that at home because you're a very good cook.
Ding.
He is. He feeds me well.
Little babe. Exactly. Oh, sorry, I didn't see.
That's fine.
I was too busy looking at you. My goodness.
Shut up. Hi, I missed you today.
I missed you too.
Dummy. It's too warm. So our next space will be smaller and we will be able to, according to our electrician, like somehow install our portable AC unit like into the furnace so it cycles through the whole home, and I am very looking forward to that.
Yeah, because you can kind of put it on fan and the cold air that blows into it just goes
into the house.
kind of like the dramatic bits of a sci-fi comma superhero movie, except it is cold air.
Yeah, except it's because it's relaxing.
Wow.
It's relaxing. Yeah. I love Rockin' Robins. So good. And they go the full route of having the diner aesthetic. Love it.
Absolutely one of our favorites, especially for the price that they charge for it.
Mm-hmm.
Super good food, super good, outstanding diner food. This is actually also a place that I was
gonna say their pies. I was gonna say like try the pie.
It was also the place I was referring to when someone was like, I didn't like it. I'm like,
oh, honey. Well, you know, they're a bad person and they should feel bad.
Yeah, and it was just because of like their whole shtick, right? Like,
yeah.
I went to a place and the burger was a burger. Like, well, yeah, because it's a friggin' diner.
But you can be excellent at diner food because it's a specific type of I was gonna say specific type of food, but that's like obvious. But
yeah,
it's a specific type of category of food. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So I've been watching some hot ones, and they have like some gourmand people around, and so they're like, oh, so we made this burger with like some ground chuck, some prime rib, some like. I'm just like, cool. I understand. I do.
Mm-hmm. And those meals have a time and a place.
Yeah. But when you're at a diner,
no.
The burger's a burger. The burger's a burger.
Yeah.
You eat the burger. You're like, man, I like the like tomato to lettuce to burger ratio. Ta-da! We did it.
Speaking of that, East Coast Junction's BLTs are amazing.
Because their B is a lot of B.
The B is like a 14 font. It was like B B B B B L L L T. And I was like, the bacon is the best part of a BLT. So I was like, I told the waitress, I was like, this was a good idea.
You put bacon on it. You actually put bacon on instead of like,
instead of like
we put a couple of strips. Just like little baby strips.
Like an ambiance of bacon, like a hint of, a thought of bacon.
Indeed. Quite.
That's awesome.
So yeah, good times.
I'm envious because Sean says they met Rockin' Robin. So that sounds so cool. It's basically like you met someone famous.
There was a place in Red Deer called Stella's that one of my best friends, Vance, and I used to go to. And we discovered after a while there was no one named Stella.
No?
No.
Like, was there originally, or was there they just chose that?
It just seemed to work. But there was like a nice old lady who ran essentially both locations, because there was a little bit of a downtown location that we went to, and it didn't work out for them. But we went to their regular location, which was like essentially like Rockin' Robin's, kind of diner style, whatever.
Yeah.
It's done really well there. So good. So good. I would recommend Rockin' Robin's right now, but they closed.
Yes, go to them when they're not closed. Also, they do pick up. So if you are still uncomfortable being in a restaurant, which is A-okay, and with some of these numbers, y'all should be, pickup is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, outstanding. Super, super great. So good.
Yeah, like if you're inside, you get the ambiance. If you do pickup, they don't F around with like fries. I had so many fries.
Oh
it
my
was
goodness.
like the size of my head.
And good style. Like they're not like I'm gonna step on your stuffs.
I tried. Anyway, Max is here.
We know. Everybody knows. I always come down to for stuff like that. It's an artist named David Aha, who created the aesthetic for the Hawkeye series.
Oh, he's not gonna like that. Oh no. Okay, he'll be back.
And I was listening to Matt Fraction talk about him on a podcast, because like David Aha doesn't go on podcasts, partly because he does like English isn't his first language and he's very self-conscious about it. But Fraction ended up saying that, I've told this on the show a few times, I'm pretty sure, but that he doesn't mind how people pronounce his name, because it looks like in like full straight up English, David Aja. He's like, I do not care how people pronounce my name, so long as they're thinking of me. Because you are identifying a person, basically, or in this case, an establishment. As long as someone knows kind of like the spirit of what you're saying, that's good. And I take that to the entirety of comics in general. From the wildest sort of edge cases of like people coming in, because it's one of my favorite things when like folks come in and they're kind of what appeared to be on like an early date, and it's like, oh yeah, Spider-Man, I love that DC character. Things that have happened to me in my comics life, and it's so easy to come into that scene and just be like, actually this person's full of garbage. And so long as the person isn't being a dick about things, because I will intervene if they're being a dick.
Yeah. The way I put it, it's usually after someone's shamed themselves for not calling like a graphic novel a trade or a comic, and I'm like, you know what? If I know what you're talking about, if I get the gist of things, we're all good. Because it doesn't matter what word you use if you get the idea across.
Exactly. And it's this whole thing of these people either beating themselves up about or just being sad. Well, I'm so sorry. I don't know about these things.
And I say, that's okay. That's my job.
Exactly.
It's all right. I don't expect you to come in and know my job.
Yeah. This is us.
Yeah.
It's okay. And it depends on who the person is.
Oh yeah.
If they seem to be malicious or wielding it somehow, then we'll step in and be like, so you're actually full of shit.
I did like the one time I get to tell an old man that actually, you're half right. Wonder Woman is bisexual.
Yeah,
It
100%.
was so good. It felt so good. It was delicious.
Or the 25 plus times that we had to tell someone Mike Mignola, not Mike Magnolia, never, ever, 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 ever corrected himself.
No, why would he? He was old and it was perfect.
It's true.
He's a customer we had to fire. So now we just say Mike Magnolia for funsies.
It's so fun.
But he didn't offer any other good humor to us.
No. And yeah, I get where Andrew's coming from with this one.
Enos. Yeah. I mean,
Garth Enos.
I get it. The thing is, a lot of creators have names that if you've only ever seen them in text and you've never heard someone say it out loud, never mind the person, kind of have to just guess.
And for the record, we've tried.
Yes. And it's okay. I think we all need to be a little bit more okay. Like, it's not, again, like Brandon was saying, like if someone's like, oh, Brandon Duty Head, instead of saying the thing, and like, no, it's pronounced shots. Like they're malicious, right?
Oh yeah. Well, and I do believe that a lot of my stance comes from my name because it's SCHATZ and it's Schatz.
Yeah.
In English, but it's a German name, so it's aw.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I explained it to my English teacher, he couldn't understand it. And then when my sister was in his class,
oh my gosh,
she corrected him after I had done so several times and just let it lie. And he came up to me literally in the hallway afterwards and was like, "Why didn't you tell me this?" And it was like, "I did."
Oh no.
No, you didn't. Sounds good. I'm gonna walk away now.
No, you didn't. Well, that's your recollection of things, sir.
Yeah, it was several times, but he was. So there was a little caricature that he had in the classroom that a student had done. There was a few characters that this student had done over the years. And this one had this teacher saying, "And you'll be going straight to hell," because he would say that often in our classroom.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was that dude. Surprising how he didn't listen to people correcting him. Very weird. Or say I would say personally, not conventionally attractive male versus a somewhat conventionally attractive female of my sister correcting him and just being like, "I understand this information right now." Creepy.
Okay. So
Hi, Central Alberta.
So let's get to comics.
There's not much of a stack today because there wasn't really a lot of graphic novels that came in that were like spicy or new.
No spicy boys?
No spicy boys. The new Bad Guys came out. I did not grab it.
Wait, talking about spicy boys, did you do Queer Men in Love?
Last week, yeah.
Last week? Okay, good. I was like, those are spicy boys, but no, okay.
You was sick.
I was listening to it, but like I don't remember the titles.
Well, yeah. And also you were sick.
I was sick, so my brain didn't fully work.
No. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna talk about the Hellfire Gala. Because it's the Hellfire Gala again, babies.
It's a big boy. It's a real big boy.
All right, let's see. Is it useful to find the solicit? Go away. I'm vamping. I like hit something on the bookshelf on the way out. Good job, everybody. And by everybody, I mean Brandon. I think he heard me. All right, let's see here. Okay, so I've got Hellfire Gala. Oh no, that's gonna be. I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna move that right there. So it's out of hand reach, but I'm not gonna knock it over. Max might knock it over, but I will try. Try my best. Okay, there we go. Got some bad lighting on that. Nice, pretty comic. Okay. All right. It says new team revealed. At last year's gala, mutants changed the face of the solar system, terraforming Mars. Spoilers for last year. And claiming it for mutant kind. Do you think you can afford to miss this year's gala, all contained in this one oversized issue? Wow. FOMO. Jeez. Mean. All right, Sean. Yes, you can get a Hellfire Gala. One moment.
I'm actually a little shocked that the cats are not like causing a big heck because we have the door open.
Maybe it's too hot in here.
Probably.
Actually, Max, when I was working up here earlier this afternoon, Max was just hanging out under the table. I accidentally kicked him once. I felt really bad because I forgot he was there and I was like swinging my feet. It wasn't hard. I like nudged him and he went, oh. So it wasn't bad. I'm not like abusing the cats. But
you do to maximum.
I know, right? But he gave me this look like, no. I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry. All right. So if you liked last year's Hellfire Gala, definitely again. If you like really cool X-Men fashion, that's always kind of fun. Honestly,
100%.
That's half the fun of Hellfire Gala. It's like the Met Gala. It's like the Oscars. Like half the fun is just seeing what they're all gonna wear, and that's okay, you know, because the world is garbage. So we need pretty dresses sometimes. All right, we've got Above Snakes.
I know I'm very excited about this because it is Sean Lewis, Hayden Sherman joint. They've worked together on a few things like
The Few and Thumbs.
Exactly. I love both of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Few especially, my goodness. It's basically sort of like post-apocalyptic Lone Wolf and Cub.
Mhm.
And like,
We've got it on our shelf right now. So if you go to variantedmonton.com and search The Few or Thumbs, if you're interested, you can order it on the site right now.
Yeah. Just outstanding work together, honestly. But also, shabam zams.
Writer Sean Lewis and artist Hayden Sherman introduce a world where Deadwood-style westerns collide with the fantasia of Neil Gaiman in the story of Dirt, a man seeking vengeance for his murdered wife with nothing but a talking vulture to prod him on. Above Snakes is a fast and furious explosion of Western tropes and American vengeance that explores where our rage can take us.
It's gonna be so good.
The dude's name is Dirt.
His name is Dirt. I mean, it's already starting out really good.
I don't get westerns at all.
Oh, this is not traditional, my friend.
Oh no! I know it's like Coffin Bound a little bit, but like more Western.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all about magic realism.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This one definitely, like you said, leans more on the Western part than the Gaiman part.
Yes.
Gaiman.
I say Gaiman, people say Gaiman. See? It's potato. It's okay as long as we're thinking about him.
Neil Gaiman.
All right, next up we have Flavor Girls.
What's your flavor?
All right.
What's your flavor?
This will be a 3-part series. Naoko, Camille, and V are the Flavor Girls, sacred fruit guardians of Earth. They defend the Earth, the source of their power, from the threat of ever-looming aliens whose motives regarding the planet and its peoples are yet unknown. But Sarah, a normal young woman and a UN applicant just doing her best to save the world, as we all are, gets involved with the Flavor Girls in a way she never could have imagined.
It's gonna be fine.
I like it. Yeah, it says for fans of Sailor Moon, Save Yourself, and Power Rangers. And I would absolutely pair this with Save Yourself.
100%. And yeah, it's a boom, and actually specifically in Archaea, which is surprising to me. I thought this would be more of a boombox.
Yeah, every so often Archaea does it in all ages, and it's very interesting when they do that.
Yeah, and it definitely means it's sort of more in a, I would say, a European style. At the same time, anything that Kaboom, Boom, Box, Archaea really put out, the artistic merit is just like ridiculous, off the charts. I really like what they're putting out, and I'm very excited to really dig into this.
Archaea, the Archaea line did Over the Garden Wall, yes?
No, that was still more boombox.
That was still boombox, okay.
But mostly because that was sort of like a Cartoon Network takeoff.
Oh yeah. Oh, Mouse Guard?
Yes, Archaea did Mouse Guard.
Yeah, that was before Boom bought them though. Before and after, I guess.
I think it was when Boom bought them that they really did it, because Mouse Guard did start coming out when I was still in Red Deer as self-published. So yeah, but Archaea does kind of pick more of the European style, and yeah, they were acquired by Boom at a certain point to sort of like keep sort of more of that aesthetic alive. Yeah,
I like it. The more you know.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right, we've got Avengers, X-Men, Eternals.
Yeah, it is, baby.
Eve of Judgment. So how much does it bother you that they didn't spell Judgment right?
Axe, baby.
There's supposed to be an E.
J-U-D, Jedge. M-E-N-T.
Yeah, between the G and the M.
The Jedge.
It bugs me so much.
So this is how I have to look it up for all of it. 100%. Is it not spelled right? I don't know how to spell.
To me, I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
I think you might be wrong.
Ouch.
Because it is the entire series.
No. I know that. I'm not saying they had a typo. I'm saying they spelled it wrong. Whatever.
Yeah, no, I've been spelling it judgment.
Judgment. See, if I Google it, it comes up.
Judgment. See, well, no, but the actual definition up. Look at that.
Noun.
Yeah.
So it's both. I know that, but it's there too.
Well, I think this might be a European American thing. Judgment.
What is the difference between judgment and judgment? Okay. Thesaurus.com will tell us the answer. It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong.
Thesaurus.
It's just how I have. Okay. So the short answer is that is the prevailing spelling. However, let's see. Where is it? Why are there two spellings? Here it is. Okay. Many think the difference between judgment and judgment is that the longer version is the British spelling, whereas the shorter version is the U.S. convention. While some claim that Noah Webster first recorded the spelling of judgment, no E, in his 1828 American Dictionary of the English Language, both sides of the pond have actually been using judgment, no E, since the late 1600s. Though judgment with an E has risen and fallen in popularity in British English, judgment remains the preferred spelling.
Judgment.
This is cool. I like this. It is an accepted spelling, but it's not the prevailing one. So I learned something today. Thank you.
We learn things.
Sometimes we do, because honestly, it looks wrong to me. It does. I always spelled it with an E, but you know what? No. Let's go. Okay. I don't know. As long as, why did my StreamYard? Right? Language is weird. Language is so weird.
Very much so. I'm very excited for the return of Barbaric. In this one shot, the series itself is coming back very soon. I do love the series because it's basically like somewhat goofy Conan with like a conscience.
A talking sword. No, axe.
Yeah, there's a talking axe who he's cursed with, basically, more or less.
And the axe, when it has blood on it, it treats it like alcohol. It gets drunk.
It sure does. It's fun and goofy, but it really does in direct contrast to old Conan stories, which were, to be fair, done in ye olden days, is very kind of like culturally aware and keeps that in mind. So this is a follow-up to the barbaric series that happened. It's happening again very soon. And as it says here, the Harvest Blades. Like a punch in the privates, Barbaric is back, bloodier and more irrelevant than ever. In this one-shot, Owen, the barbarian cursed to do good, is forced out of hiding and back to his old BS. A whole bunch of violence, ethically approved, of course, by his moral compass, the Talking Axe, first of many one-shots that further explore the world of Barbaric alongside the core story. Blubs. We also have the return of Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto. This takes up after the Wild Devil's Reign story arc. If you're reading Daredevil before Devil's Reign, you do need to read Devil's Reign. You don't have to read the accoutrement. But it was essentially like Daredevil for about 6 issues. Absolutely outstanding story. Basically a little bit about Daredevil and Kingpin, sort of like, and their ideas on how the world works, etc., coming to a head really in a harsh way. And then this is a follow-up to that, where Elektra, who had been covering for Mike Murdock, Matt Murdock, his brother was Mike. He got killed a little bit. That's a little bit of a spoiler.
I assumed it happened 30 years ago, so I don't know.
No, it happened in the crossover. So
whoops.
So he had at one point in time in the past, you're right, pretended to be his twin brother, Mike. Comic stuff.
Soap opera.
Mike became a real person.
Wait, he made a tulpa?
So the Kingpin during the last story arc killed Mike. Everyone thought that it was Matt. So now Matt's like, well, I'm dead. And Daredevil's still about. Hey, Elektra, you say you've kind of learned from like my morality, whatever. What if we sort of like take this show on the road, like around the world? Because like I'm not tied to an identity right now. I don't exist, really. Let's go save the world. And so this is where that kind of lives. The Zdarsky, Cicchetto, etc. Daredevil has been maybe one of my favorite superhero comics of all time, just to run in general, because of how it builds, how the storylines crash together, move apart, and sort of like build in this nice, beautiful cycle. I'm very excited to get this inside my face. So yeah. There was a window shade cover to like different
do you know what reason they're doing that?
previous Daredevils. So I think it's to make fetch happen.
Yeah, because like I don't understand it. It's just all the characters going.
So there was like the Patrick Gleason doing the webhead covers, and that blew up.
Yeah.
And so Jorge Fornes did like a Spider-Man one with the blinds, and it ended up selling pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, okay, let's make fetch happen. And they've done pretty good. And to be fair, I do like the Hulk one where the blinds are wrecked, and I do like the Wolverine one where they're just like slashed to heck. I do love those ones.
He's trying to take them down, but he cut them.
He's like, I'm gonna pull this up. Oh no!
No, my clothes.
And then Hulk just being like, "Hey, gotcha, brother," because he's a Hulk. No delicateness.
Okay, so this is H.P. Lovecraft's racist Mountains of Madness. So I looked up the release date in quotes, of when Diamond was supposed to send this to us because I find it very funny. So what date is it today?
It would be July 12th.
All right. Well, there's a 12 in this date when it was supposed to show up,
Ooh.
and a J, January 12th.
Oh, see, I was thinking June.
Yeah, no. We have been waiting on this since, I guess, 3 months before that because, FOC, whatever.
And this Blue
initial
Fox
order.
Comics is a smaller company, so our access to them was Diamond.
We could not get it anywhere else, so we had to wait. I had orders for this. I needed this on shelf literally 6 months ago.
Yeah, so it appears as though
Good job,
Diamond
Diamond.
tends to be forgetting about smaller companies until such a point. They're really focusing their monetary monies on other companies, and then they'll get around to the smaller press and sometimes even larger press that's outside of them, including, and I do not kid you on this, a graphic novel from a major book publisher that came out in 2021 that was on FOC last week. Sorry, a week and a half ago, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. Cool, right? Real good. Doing good job with that splitting of the industry for which you had a monopoly, and like you somehow got worse. How do you manage that? How do you like look at a challenge and go like, I bet I could fail that, but real hard, just like the hardest I possibly can.
You do this. You send books 6 months to a year to a year and a half. I think we've hit some 2020s.
Sometimes.
Yeah, once or twice. Get the books out when you should. My God. I mean, this could have been someone's like rent money. Like, this is a small company.
You ding dongs.
They need that money now. The big companies, they're fine. They have money in the bank. But like, I don't know how small these guys are. Give them the money. Jesus, Diamond.
In the bank.
Like we already, I mean, technically we didn't pay for the book until they sent it, but it's like, we're giving you the money, Diamond. So you need to pass that along down the chain.
Do it. Do it. Oh my God. Shenanigans.
I have never had any idea how they stayed in business, because when they were Monopoly, they just did whatever the fuck they wanted.
Well,
and they were Monopoly. And then, yeah, like Brandon said, they got worse after there was competition. They didn't pull up their bootstraps and try to work harder. They just started slacking off more.
Yeah. So to answer a little bit of it, they were a monopoly. And then when the pandemic did some good old shutdowns across everywhere, Diamond ended up closing up basically for about 2 months. Now, what got them through was a big old loan, because they weren't paying their vendors. They had stopped payment. In fact, you can listen to podcasts with Ed Brubaker talking about how Image had to stop paying everybody that they owed money to because Diamond stopped paying them.
It's all connected.
And he had friends who had books out that they hadn't been paid for. And that he was thankfully in a good position for him where he didn't quite need what was owed to him, but it was, industry wide.
You know what? You should put the book down so they can look at your face when you're talking. So you're talking like this. You're like half face.
So there was a lot of that happening, and it couldn't have just been obviously Image.
Nope.
But it's someone in a position who can speak to it without,
getting punished.
Yeah, repercussions that would be detrimental. Which Ed Brubaker's been very good at. So they ended up getting a substantial loan, were able to kind of continue doing things, but even with some more recent things, they seem to be spending money on things like, quote unquote, retailer exclusive covers, say. Like as a retailer for Marvel, for Image, for like a lot of companies, and we've done it before, you can commission an exclusive cover for yourself. And you just have to hit like a certain amount of
for the print run.
Exactly.
It's normal for retailers, but it's not normal for distributors.
So anyone can commission this, including artists, and that's why a lot of artists have exclusive books on their site from Marvel and etc. They get their own at the time a Diamond account, and they order the books that they produce, and they don't have to pay the extra art fees for it, because you're not essentially commissioning an artist for it. Now, all good, make your money when you make your money.
Oh no, Max.
However, Diamond very recently was like, hey, we're gonna do some Marvel exclusive covers, and when you can't actually keep up with the purchasing of your like Random House, your Hachette's, your whatever productions of book companies that have the books out. In fact, a year ago, literally a year ago, or 9 months, whatever.
That means it's been sitting in the Diamond warehouse for like a year.
So it hasn't been sitting in the Diamond warehouse.
No.
It just means that Diamond did not place the order for the book that they had.
That's way worse.
In their own order book with that date. They did not place the order for books that existed to get to their customers that had ordered that book. And that says to me, not so much like, oh, I forgot. Wow. That they put their priorities on, say, the single issue market, which I can understand because that's where they were formed. That's how they grew. But they have not grown really with the industry. In terms of getting graphic novels, you cannot get a worse deal. This is not an exaggeration. Cannot get a worse deal from any distributor for graphic novels than Diamond. Unless possibly as a Canadian distributor, you're dealing with them. You're dealing with a publisher directly, and it costs money to ship a smaller order. Understandable. It's a small company. They're doing their own thing. Whereas Diamond is a distributor. And so that's kind of what's happening with things like this. Hey, do you know The Mountains of Madness? It was done by H.P. Lovecraft. It's been translated into comics in 1932, 2 years after the initial Arctic expedition. Another sets off to try and discover exactly what happened to that fateful trip. Before it leaves, a stranger gives a notebook to the expedition director, Howard Pym, and implores him to read it before they reach their destination. Preoccupied with the voyage ahead, Howard forgets about it, and naively sails into the dangerous waters ahead. H.P. Lovecraft? It happens. So this is based on At the Mountains of Madness instead of The Mountains of Madness. That's what you can expect. Looks pretty decent, honestly.
Really good art.
Indeed.
Good colors. I like the faded tones.
Yeah, and should be definitely fine. No problems. No problems happening.
No mountains or madness in there. Oh. All right, let's see what we have. We have John Arcudi's The Creep.
John Arcudi, the guy who told Mike Mignola to eat garbage, along with fellow BPRD creator
ne'er-do-well.
Indeed, Guy Davies, who Guy Davies used to do a lot of the BPRD stuff until who's the dude who did, wow, my brain right now, I was gonna say those movies.
You got some hot brain up here. It's melting.
It is melting. Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
He is a storyboard artist for him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And when you look at old BPRD stuff, you're just like, oh yeah, you would be, because he designed a lot of the monsters and whatnot. And so when you see a lot of the creations, you're like, that's Guy Davies. Anyways, Guy Davies had just been like, hey, so I mean, I've done a lot of work on this. I've created a lot of these people. Can I get a little slice of this? And Mike Magnolia was like, I mean, I'm all for creator-owned things, but you can eat garbage. And the same thing sort of happened with John Arcudi, who was co-writing a lot of the BPRD stuff with him. That's why they don't do works together. Anyways, John Arcudi's real good. And he has done this work with Dale Eaglesham. This appeared in a lot of the Dark Horse Presents comics from different eras, honestly.
I don't know if that's gonna even. That might work.
Yeah, it's really awesome work. Yeah.
Sorry, it's super dry in here.
I was gonna try and think of the John Arcudi thing that he had done with the guy who did Ultra Mega.
James Heron?
Something
or the
like
other
that,
guy?
Yeah, James Heron, I think. Anyways.
Or the other guy.
And the other thing, my brain is really melting in this heat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs like immediately after this and have way more water. Rumble.
I love it.
Rumble.
I love it. I'm not gonna pop that other one up.
Oh, I was.
I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry.
I
love it.
I like Rumble.
Well, that's mostly because we usually do cat voice in this house, and they mix up the words.
Yeah.
Because they're cats.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's this about?
I don't know, Brandon. Are you done? No. Hey, get. Put your hand out. Put your hand out.
No. You're being mean to me right now for no reason.
I was gonna flick you in the
nose. No reason at all.
No reason. You're being a pest. Oxel Carnhus. That is a name right there. There's a lot of name.
It's got a K in it.
And Oxel is a private detective like no other. With the face of a brute and the broken heart of a child, this man needs so many years of therapy. I'm just kidding. He navigates the mean streets. I'm so harsh.
I mean, so many of comics wouldn't happen with therapy.
Oh my god, I know, right?
So many of comics. So much of comics.
That's why my favorite Batman story is when he goes to therapy. Like, that's a story I would own. Yeah, because she made him go to therapy. It was great. I wish it was more than 3 issues. He navigates the mean streets of 1980s Manhattan in 4 neo-noir tales that test his courage, his wits, and his ethical core.
No.
Not my ethical core. I'm sorry. I'm nice to the comics, I swear, probably mostly. Like, it's actually probably a good book. I'm just very warm.
Two Moons was the other book that I was thinking of that John Arcudi has done recently.
Jeez. Yeah, you're right. Is that finished? That finished.
I think it's still going.
Still going, yeah.
But doing that thing where it takes breaks between arcs.
Well, that's smart. Oh my god. Work out once or twice, God.
We've got the first volume of the Denny O'Neil, Dennis Cowan question. The question.
The Dennis O'Neil question. Wait.
The Denny O'Neil.
Denny O'Neil question.
It is Dennis. But
it's Denny, right?
Denny.
Oh no, it's Dennis.
He calls himself Denny. And then Dennis Cowan.
Oh right, that's what. Yeah, no, it's Dennis and like Denise. So yeah, that's why that was throwing me off.
Yeah. This series is phenomenal. It changed a lot of what people believed comics could be when it happened in, I want to say, the 80s. My heart says it. He'll find the answers or die trying in the late 1980s. Oh, look! 2 decades after the question was first introduced, Denny O'Neil and artist Dennis Cowan reimagined the character for a new era. The plot remained much the same. Gritty, investigative journalist Vic Cage still fights injustice as the faceless vigilante. But like other seminal comic runs of the period, the question went far above its simple noir adventure premise. As Vic Cage contemplated his role in the corrupt hub city and interrogated his own motives for becoming the crime fighter, O'Neil and Cowan dove into vital questions of philosophy, criminology, and inherent brutality and heroism. This run is absolutely outstanding. I was able to read the majority of it I have not done yet on DC's wonderful Infinite app, which you can get in Canada legally now. Hooray! and my goodness, if you want something formative, if you want something, I would say when I read Watchmen, I was like, I get this, but there's like a lot of weirdness to it. It's a lot of its era. While that happens a lot in the question, the heart of it seems to be stronger. It really has a kindness to it. It's not so cold. It's not so calculated. It is a very great crime noir series that just has this wonderful verve to it. And I'm very excited for folks to be able to re-experience this. Honestly, if you can't afford like a wild omnibus, which will end up being 2 omnibuses, he shakes wildly in the air, menacingly. I highly recommend getting the DC Infinite app. I believe there's test runs for it for like $0 of some kind. $0 of some kind. And going through this and experiencing it, because it is just absolutely stunning. Greg Rucka, actually, when they ended up doing some extra issues to series that had ended up co-writing a issue of the question with Denny O'Neil that featured Renee Montoya and Vic Sage. To continue on a little bit, and it was just absolutely outstanding. Denny O'Neil was the Batman editor for a long time as well, and really did some absolutely outstanding things for comics in general, and the world. The world. I'm not quite exaggerating. Because he always approached things with a learning aesthetic. He has passed a while back. There's a wonderful episode of Word Balloon where John Centers ends up talking with Greg Rucka about the things that Denny O'Neil had done in the past, the things that he confronted about himself in his own writing, because he did sort of like a Wonder Woman run that was supposed to be about female empowerment, but really because it was from still a male perspective of like, she doesn't have powers and she's like doing a fashion thing. He was confronted about that, and I'm forgetting the name of the woman who did it, but like if I remembered it right now, you'd be like, what? Really cool. Did a lot of high profile magazine stuff and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And instead of just being like, how dare you, we're trying to be good, internalized these lessons. And that's who Denny O'Neil was. So Rundable.
See? It's the cats. The cats talk.
Rundable.
That was funny, actually. That was funny. Sweet. I like her.
I love it. Renee Montoya is like so good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I love her. Big part of Gotham Central. Love Gotham Central. Love it with my whole heart. The entirety of it.
Wait, is there room for me? Nuts. All right. Stop packing my bags. All
So we can move into our new house.
All right, we've got 1-800 Ghosts. There we go. It is a graphic novella about the internal and external conflicts of a team of art thieves. Okay, I already like this.
The art in it's so good.
So tall. It's so tall.
I was paging through it. I'm like, I love this. I love this so much. So like the aesthetics alone, I was just like, yeah, it feels good in my gullets. I have two apparently.
Okay.
2 gullets.
This is amazing. Okay, so the protagonist Cedric and a collection of peers that he assembles, who moonlight as astral projecting time travelers. What? They lead the typical life of 80s art-going socialites on the scene, attending art shows, making appearances at fine dining institutions and art world hangouts. They also undertake a fantastical heist by using otherworldly technology to enter the future and repurpose the intellectual property of a popular evil artist in order to change its cultural trajectory. What is happening? This is amazing.
Yeah. No, and it looks great. Like page through that a little bit. Just do it. It's good cartooning.
We all got weird eyes.
Yeah.
It's great.
I love it. And yeah, there wasn't a whole lot in graphic novels out this week, although I can't remember if I said it, but the new Bad Guys is out.
Oh.
As of today. But we closed on Tuesdays, baby.
You can order it on our website at variantedmonton.com, though.
Yeah, you can.
And then tomorrow we'll walk into the store and we'll put a copy aside for you.
Awesome. I love disc golfing.
Hey, you're hanging out with William. That's rad.
So I was going to the key place before we found out that we had like 3 keys to our new place.
I know, it was amazing.
They were closed, and I drove away, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's a giant disc golf course right near the key place."
Can you explain disc golf?
Frisbee golf.
Can you explain frisbee golf? How do those two things connect? One is in the air and one is on land.
Yeah. So, the folks who do hyperspace actually have a frisbee golf course on their land. So they know this quite well. And they do like apparently well-renowned tournaments at their property. So it's basically it's like a golf course, but you shoot it for baskets. So like you're throwing it and you're trying to get it into like a thing.
But that's not golf then.
Yeah, it is.
There's no sticks.
Well, you're still kind of doing like a thing.
You're in a field. That's just frisbee.
Nah, but it's a course, right? So it's the same thing. Like it's basically like, okay, so if you took golf and you took away the clubs and you're just throwing the ball, it's the same situation.
It's not golf without the clubs.
It is. There's a hole. You try and put a thing inside of it.
I can't.
It's the same thing.
I don't.
You are on the controls.
Sports. This is the no. This is the best. He's so cute. This is probably the best you're ever gonna get, guys, because it's not his butt.
Yeah.
So good
Par's
job.
the same thing. It's
Good
all
job.
it's a whole
Okay,
shebang.
I'm sorry. I
It's
don't
very
understand.
popular.
Wow. Okay. Fine, old man. I don't understand sports. I just want to. Yeah. Nope. I will go and I will investigate this disc golf.
This so-called disc golf.
Yeah, that's right. I don't trust you.
All right, folks. Well, it's the end of the show. Thank you for making it here. Despite the small pile, we are over an hour. So we are.
And now we get to say who we see. Max, who do you see? Who do you see, buddy? Uh-oh. Oh, good boy. What a good boy.
Wow. So Max is out here.
Yeah.
What's he seeing?
Oh, he's Do
He
you want
is,
me to hold it?
he is seeing. He's seen Sean. Hi. He's seen Ben. He's seeing the one and only Foley.
There we go.
He's seeing Robin. Hello, hello.
Sean,
He's
I will get
seeing
you a Mandalorian.
Kate. He's seeing the one true Andrew. And he's seeing. Did I say Ben? He's seen Ben still. Oh, he left. So it's me. Seeing people.
He saw all of you, and then he decided, okay, I'm good. My friend Eric is not here, so I'm leaving. And by leaving, I mean sitting in the corner of the shot.
Indeed, he's just right there. Partly because he probably added something in his face.
He's just like, how dare you, tall man?
This is not okay. I do not care for it. Thank you.
Aww.
Thank you so much for watching. We're dying. So we're going to stop this right now. Thank you.
I'm going to go have some water and a popsicle.
Oh, somebody put on the timer. I don't know why. Turn off.
That's so funny.
I don't know how to turn that off. It's just still going. I don't get it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. We will talk to you again later. Bye. We love you.
Bye.